Mortal Kombat 11 is now on Xbox Cloud Gaming and Google Stadia, so can you tell which side is which here? Now Mortal Kombat is part of Game Pass Ultimate. Hey everyone and welcome to the Cloud Gaming Extreme channel. Today we're looking at Mortal Kombat 11 on Xbox Cloud Gaming or Xcloud and Google Stadia. So see if you can tell which one is which here as we go through the intro. Now there is some very interesting differences here which we'll come on to a bit more closely as we go through. But Google Stadia is actually the one on the right here and Xbox Cloud Gaming the one on the left. So some of the things that I did notice during testing is that they are both not holding a full 60 frames per second as we come into Xbox Cloud, and something you'll notice as we flip between the two is look at the view here. Xbox Cloud seems to be a little bit more zoomed out, so we see more of the environment as well as the players, so we get a bit more overall. It does hit 60 frames per second most of the time, but it does dip into the 50s occasionally, and any of the cutscenes or the kind of fatality type moves are capped at 30 frames per second. Which is very odd. Overall though, it is extremely smooth using an Xbox Series X wired controller in Microsoft Edge, and you can see the graphics here at 1080 are absolutely stunning, but as we come into this fatal blow, we can see that 30 frames per second cap. As we come over to Google Stadia, we see that the view is a bit more zoomed in, we're much closer on the characters. And once again, it's holding 60 frames per second most of the time, but it does dip into the 50s every now and then. However, the cutscenes are capped at 30 frames per second, but these fatal blow style moves and also the other fatality types are not capped at 30 frames per second like they were on Xbox Cloud. They are generally 60 frames per second with slight dips into the 50s. So very strange that the moves on Google Stadia are actually 60 when they seem to be capped at 30 on Xbox Cloud, but it does look a lot better on Stadia when those moves are taking place. The cutscenes are very badly capped at 30 frames per second though, as you can see them side by side here. Both of them are quite stuttery, and it is a little bit off-putting, and I did seem to see more stutters on Stadia here for some reason, but both were a little bit jerky compared to the main gameplay. So as we come down into another gameplay section, again we can see that they are pretty close on the colour spectrum. However, Xbox Cloud does seem to be a little bit deeper and richer in those colours overall, which is not what you expect usually when it's up against Stadia. Both of them using wired controllers had zero input latency. However, using the controls does take a lot of getting used to with all the combos for different characters, and can get a little bit frustrating, but Mortal Kombat is still extremely fun. Another thing to note is that on Xbox Cloud you are getting the Ultimate Edition of Mortal Kombat 11 with the Game Pass Ultimate. So if you're paying that £11 or $13 a month, then you will be getting the Ultimate MK11 and access everywhere. On Stadia, if you want to buy the Ultimate Edition, it will cost you $60 or £50, and if you want the standard version, it will be £40 or $50. So only a £10 or $10 difference if you wanted to go up to the Ultimate Edition on Stadia. And if you're running at 1080, which both of these are, then Stadia is free. So it would be around 4 to 5 months of Game Pass Ultimate to recoup your costs for Mortal Kombat 11 if you wanted to play it on Stadia. Of course, if you did want to go up to 4K, that's not possible on Xbox Cloud right now, but it would cost you an extra £10 a month for Stadia Pro. Let us know if you've been playing Mortal Kombat 11 and if you have, where you have been playing, and if not, are you going to be diving in on one of these platforms anytime soon. Thanks for watching, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things cloud gaming, and we will see you next time.